A nurse named Maria explains that she has been seeing strange and creepy things in the hospital that she works at.
Haz de cuenta que yo me metí aquí, a la madre, y me asomé aquí, pero no me asomé hasta acá, me asomé así nada más y cerré la puerta para limpiar el baño. Y me metí a limpiar el baño y miré que se estaba sentando aquí y dije, de querer ir al baño. Y cerré, o sea, yo estaba encerrada. Y cuando salí del baño me asomé y miré que no había nada. Ay, no, ¿cómo voy a salir de aquí?
Maria states that she has been seeing an elderly woman walking around the empty areas of the hospital wearing a mid-80s nurse uniform. Many other nurses and doctors in the hospital have reported seeing similar things that they just can't explain. After discussing with some of her colleagues, Maria comes to the conclusion that it must have something to do with the abandoned basement section of the hospital. This particular section has been out of use for quite some time now. On one day, Maria decides to head down there alone when something chilling is captured. For just a second as Maria turns the corner, someone or something can be seen peeking at her before disappearing. Maria doesn't seem to notice at the time, but as she gets closer to where the figure was seen, there's only a wall there. Maria then makes an update on what she captured.
Todos los videos que subí los grabé en una ocasión que me tocó trabajar de noche y de verdad que no había nadie. Donde supuestamente se mira que se mete una persona, hay una pared. Si lo ponen lento se van a dar cuenta que hay una pared.
Maria and the other nurses believe this could be the spirit of a patient or a former nurse, somehow bound to this place, maybe due to a lingering regret. But let me know what you think. The following video was taken on June 21st of 2025. In the video, a mother was just recording her baby playing around the house when something downright chilling is captured. Watch closely. What looks like a pale gray face with long dark hair can be seen just peeking out behind the lower corner, watching the baby before retracting back behind it. Whatever it is left the mother Stephanie completely tarried and worried for her baby, as it seemed awfully fixated on her child. But as the child went around that corner, there was nothing there. Till this day, Stephanie has no idea what she saw and hasn't seen anything like it ever since. On one night, a man named Nick is looking after his ill grandma when this happens. Nick mentions that his grandma has dementia, which in some cases can lead to visual or auditory hallucinations. Seeing things that aren't actually there, however, as Nick watches her standing still, something chilling happens. Watch closely.
Watch.
Nick's grandma's dog starts growling while staring down the hallway as if it sees something there. Then all of a sudden, something falls down from on top of the fridge. After Nick checks what fell down, it makes everything seem even creepier.
So this is in response to last night. My grandma loves to collect little figurines. One of my grandma's little angels fell off the fridge last night. You see how far back they are. Genuinely.
As Nick mentions, the statues are all lined up quite far back on the fridge. So just how did the angel suddenly fall off? Nick thinks there must be something sinister behind this, given the fact that an angel statue fell off out of everything there. After watching the video, a viewer pointed out another strange detail that makes this all the more terrifying.
I wanted to show you guys something. Honestly, I'm a bit in disbelief, but no, I'm pretty sure it's just a plug-in charger. I brought my girlfriend Claire here so she can help demonstrate. But can you try to step in front of that? And so it just does that. Move away. So that comment says that the Roomba doesn't do that unless someone's in front of it. It is kind of creepy with a smiley face and everything. Even when it gets to the edge, it does that.
The Roomba seems to repeat the same movement, going back and forward slightly, as if it were bumping into someone or something in front of it, like the girl showed previously. Nick thinks the Roomba sensed something blocking its path. Since this happened, Nick has been scared of the kitchen, but the only TV in the house is this one, so he has to stay there to watch. On another night, while alone watching TV, this happens.
So I was watching my show, and after last night, I'm definitely not leaving these lights on. But I was watching my show, and there's nothing there.
This time the creepy Roomba is not there, but the dogs are still behaving the same way, as if their eyes are fixed on something there, even though we can't see anything. Nick's granddad passed away a year ago, and once told Nick that he thought he had seen his grandmother standing in the kitchen with the lights off. But as he went closer, it turned out there was nobody there. But this could relate to what is currently going on, and it's the same reason that Nick is already scared of the kitchen. Shortly after the dog stared at the kitchen, he captures this. Whoa. Yo. Oh, that's cool.
Jesus!
The Roomba follows Nick all over the living room, then somehow it just flips over all on its own, completely freaking him out. Many viewers pointed out that the Roomba Hoover robot was moving in a straight path, which isn't usually how they function, and again, as it reached the stairs and sensed the edge, it continued going and falling off instead of backing up like it did earlier. This has pushed Nick over the edge and made him 100% certain something terrifying is going on. He mentions that the dogs now refuse to go anywhere near the kitchen, and his grandma, despite everything, was just concerned if the creepy Roomba was okay. But until more updates are provided, this one remains one hell of a terrifying mystery. The following video comes from a man who works as a graphic designer who recently launched his own clothing business and set up a workshop for his inventory. He found some strange-looking mannequins by a garbage dumpster and decided to use them. Not long afterwards, unexplainable phenomena started happening inside the workshop. He's been waking up in the night feeling like he's being watched and hearing noises at the door. On one night, he's woken up around 3 a.m. to the same thing. This time, he pulls his phone out and records this.
Es la primera vez que me animo a grabar esto. Ya van varias veces que me vienen despertando a la noche. Siento que a veces viene alguien hasta acá al lado mío o siento que tocan algo acá en la mesita, el sonido de la puerta, y yo duermo acá con la puerta cerrada. Así que nada, voy a ver qué carajo. La verdad nunca me levanté hasta ahora. No, boludo, no. No jodas, boludo. No jodas. Es el maniquí, boludo. Es el maniquí, la concha de la lora. Me chupa 3 huevos, me voy a fijar igual, boludo. Esa es la concha de su madre. Qué hija de puta, boludo. No te la puedo creer. Y escuché hace un ratito escuché que deslizaban esto. Como si estuvieran revisando la ropa, boludo. Alto cagazo me hizo pegar esta mierda. La concha de la madre, boludo, no.
What looks like the head of someone or something can be seen peeking out from behind the corner, which quickly disappears as he pans the camera away and back again. But as he enters the room, there's nobody there. However, one of the mannequins suddenly rotates towards him all on its own, scaring him out of the room. The next day, while working in the workshop, he decides to set up a camera. Then this happens. The mannequin turns to face him all on its own. A few nights later, it's around 3:33 a.m. when he's finishing up at the workshop. Then something chilling is captured. Watch closely.
Bueno, esto parece que se rompió. No sé quién habrá sido. Y toda la ropa en el piso. Esto es una locura. Yo no puedo creer esto. Yo no puedo creer. No puedo creer esto. No puedo creer, loco. viste ahí como si nada. Es esto.
The mannequin rotates and then clothes fall off the clothing line all on their own. He believes this mannequin is the cause for all the activity and that it's haunted. But what do you think? Real ghost or not, you be the judge. A man named Mathis is creeped out after seeing something creepy on his front porch in Memphis, Tennessee late in the evening. Mathis was home alone inside his house when he noticed something through the glass panel of the front door that left him creeped out. Watch closely.
What in the actual hell? There's literally...
What looks like a dark silhouette of someone standing outside the door wearing a hat can be seen, but as soon as Mathis opens the door to check, he finds nobody there. Many viewers said that the figure resembles the Hat Man, a tall, dark shadow figure who wears a hat and is often associated with sleep paralysis. Mathis explains that he opened the door because sometimes he would get homeless people taking shelter on his front porch, and that's what he thought it was. Unfortunately, whatever it is may have now just entered his home. But here is where things get weirder, because he has a Ring camera setup, which for some reason the recording doesn't play during the time the figure appeared. Take a look.
So many of you came after me for opening the door, and here's my reason why, okay? We live in downtown Memphis, which means we're used to having a homeless population. Usually when it rains, we will have homeless people walk up on the porch, and it is sad, but we do have to ask them to leave because we're on a private property. We have Ring cameras and cameras all around the property and in every room of the house except for our bathrooms. This is what the Ring camera shows when I walked outside, which was 9:50 at night. You'll see the timestamp in just a second. Had we deleted the video, it would not be there. It just doesn't load. We have had this issue with our Ring camera before, but then why did it catch the video after? In case you didn't see, the video after is at 10:23 at night. I initially recorded the video and sent it on Snapchat to my 8 best friends. This is the hallway during the day with maximum light. The front of our house where somebody would be. For them to run, where would they have to hide? It goes straight out, guts out. This way, another commercial building, it juts out. They would also have to jump down into this drop of a fence and go that way. All out front, the most someone could have done would have maybe been behind a tree, but we would still have got that on the Ring camera. Also, another Ring camera that would have caught somebody too.
Not one, but 2 Ring cameras were unable to record the figure at the door. So could this have been the Hat Man paying Mathis a visit and somehow disrupting the cameras? Until more updates are provided, this one remains a mystery.